Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
It's 2021.
Welcome to the year 2021 with Sara and
Happy New
Sara.
Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much. We didn't mention this yesterday's video, but thank you everyone who's subscribed to us recently or in the last year. Our hope is just to keep continuing to make soccer WOSO content. We're having so much fun together as a couple, and are just enjoying the conversations that we're able to have. And so thank you everyone who's joined us. And it means so much that we can talk to you guys can talk to us, you guys can talk to each other. I mean, that's always the H and the D, the hope and the dream. So thank you so much. And thank you and always people leave comments. Like, my favorite thing, I said this last year when we kind of talked about this, people just teaching us things, in a sincere way. Just like, hey, I want you to know this, to know this. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do today. So I just want to say briefly, there was no engagement announcements from yesterday to today. So no engagements yesterday. And I mean, wishful thinking on my part,
Very.
Did I think it was going to happen? No, everyone took Leah's advice saying, don't make it a holiday. Get your own holiday. But there was some interesting things posted today that we had to go over. I mean, we had to go over it, right? So what we're going to do, Christen posted something on her Instagram that we are going to read. That was followed by something Tobin posted on her Instagram, which was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very So we're going to start with Christen's post, which she posted first. So Sarah's going to read that, and then we're going to talk about that.
Here we go. 2 wisdoms I heard on New Year's Eve. All there is to do in 2021 is to love and accept. And instead of focus, I'm bringing openness into the new year. Okay, revealed this fortune. My key to unlocking abundance in 2021. Time to heal and rebuild. Love that. To my family, friends, teammates, fans, re-team, and re-community, thank you for your acts of bravery and selflessness this year, for believing in goodness, for marching for justice, for listening to Mother Nature, for masking for each other's safety, for loving from afar. Thank you for guiding me through the mess. Reimagining the world with you all is the great privilege of my life.
Wow.
Hug, XX, hug.
That was
that was deep.
That was very deep, and I mean, I'm trying to think of a better word than just deep, but that was deep. I mean, I can't think of another word for meaningful, deep. It really heartfelt,
emotion.
But I saw a theme there. I mean, she obviously at the very end thanked everyone. She talked about masking, up, being safe, being
masking
there for
tape,
masking up, being there for each other, being there for in society, just watching out for each other.
Yeah, 2020 is probably the worst year that we're gonna have, or that we've had.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the Great Depression people or whatnot. That was probably pretty bad. But for a lot of people, and young people especially, 2020 is a terrible year. It was the loneliest year,
and it's a year no one expected to have ever. They knew a pandemic was coming all these years before, but to actually have it happen.
But that's like the California earthquake.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming, but you don't think it's going to happen in your lifetime.
And when it does, you're not even prepared for it. Yeah.
I know.
I think the thought of just being through a pandemic, I don't think anyone was ready for what it meant, how it was going to feel, what the reality was going to be. I remember when the pandemic first kind of started, Sarah's brother told us, he's in medicine, he told us, things are going to be locked down. Things are going to be
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad.
And when it got bad.
When a medical professional tells you that's what they've been guidelined to tell people, it's like, okay, this is serious.
And 2020 is the hardest year of my life.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, mentally, I would say. Yeah. Just mentally, it was like the worst year of my life.
It's so interesting because we've always been talking about how we're doing okay with it. So that's interesting you're telling me.
Well, it's just because, I'm a germaphobe, for real.
See. Yeah.
And just having to worry about going out there to work and just not even going out and just thinking, I just a lot of mental things, just paranoia.
Right.
About getting sick and
so
everything.
So maybe when we were in the apartment before you had to go back to work, it was one thing, that then you had to go to the work, it was a different.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stress and anxiety added on to my already stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
So it was next level.
But yeah, so I mean, that's what Christen's kind of saying. She kind of had a theme, and she had 3 Snap stories or 3 Insta stories. The first one I thought was about.
Okay, so the first thing that she says, all there is to do in 2021 is to love and accept.
Okay.
And I think that's, she also says bringing openness into the new year. And not that we're correlating that to their photo and their well, I mean, we are actually. I mean, they're being more open than they've ever been, I feel like. And it was, I don't know if it was a coming out, but like,
being open is not looked at as something that is scary anymore. It's just like, that's how I'm going to live.
Right. And love and acceptance of anybody, everybody, you know?
No, totally. And then the next one, she talks about heal and rebuild. I mean, I think that is very strongly worded that, you know, heal her, you know, anything. Heal things that they've had internally. But so she said this, and like Sara said, is this kind of like her just wanting to just be herself and not worry about and want to be open, you know, to kind of, I mean, like we talked about Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird, they're about as open as you can be, and look at how they're changing lives, you know what I mean? And Megan was the best player at the World Cup, you know, with everything going on. So you take those two things, you can have your personal life, be not so quiet and still perform in a way that exceeds expectations. So that was interesting. Then Tobin actually posted something too. And when Tobin posted this, I think a lot of people were shocked. I think a lot of people were shocked because Tobin talks a lot about, it's like a very feelingsy post. Tobin,
very open.
Tobin does not express her feelings like this generally in these posts or on, even in interviews. She doesn't express herself like
such a
this.
Harry.
Yeah.
Right?
She generally doesn't express herself like this. And I think going back to Christen's post is saying, we're going to be open. We're going to heal and rebuild. We're going to be brave.
Yeah.
I think
and that's part of the re-inks.
That's true.
But I think reimagine.
This post from Tobin is a direct result from that post that Christen was posting about. Tobin's going to be
connected.
Tobin's going to be open. Tobin's going to be she wants to heal and rebuild, and she wants to be brave.
I mean, they're on the same page, and because they own a company together. So,
but Tobin normally doesn't post these things, so I think that's why it's a little bit even more serious that she posted this, because
she let us in on some tea.
She did. So I'm gonna have Sara read the Instagram, and then we're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
Thankful for all the love and support in 2020. Quarantine, time to rehab an injury, a canceled Olympics, staying fit, self-isolation, masking up, creating, protesting, growing a community and company, my dear, desperately missing football, opportunity to play for Manchester United, moving, getting in shape, missing my family / weddings / births, voting, losing my home / heart / what I thought was my future in Portland, acceptance and gratitude, FaceTime times a million, belief, a new football family, practice and games, winning and losing, scoring and conceding, learning and growing, laughter and hard tears, the strength to go again. Hi, 2021.
But I mean, that post coming from Tobin Heath,
that was a lot.
It was so open, I felt. I feel like she was brave to post that. And then I feel like she's ready to heal and rebuild after she's put it out there. She put it out there. So, I mean, I think I'm going to take two of those parts. I mean, the post was, you know, so emotive to begin with. But I think the big things people are pointing out or, you know, talking about is what she said specifically about Portland. I think when the whole deal went down, when they were picked up by Louisville, I think the whole idea was, not only was she not protected, I think a lot of people understood she might not be protected, but a lot of other clubs had made an effort to do something. You're going to go, but we're going to try to get you back. You know, Allie and Ash, apparently their coach, made some type of handshake deal with Louisville to say, you know, please don't take these players. Let's have a handshake deal. We're going to work something out. We're going to get you something, you know, handshake deal. From all accounts, Portland did none of that. Tobin Heath has been the name and the face of the Portland Thorns organization for years. Yeah. From all accounts, she just bought a house there. From all accounts, that was going to be where she was wanted to retire there. Like she said, what was the verbiage she used?
Losing my home, heart, and what I thought was my future in Portland.
My future. I thought it was my future. My home, my heart. It doesn't get more expressive than that, more emotive.
I mean, she was in her jersey was featured in a show.
Exactly.
What show? Stumptown.
Yeah.
Stumptown.
So she was really, really hit hard. And this just goes to show how hard she was hit. Because remember the day or two after that Portland that she got traded, she unfollowed Portland immediately on Instagram. And some people were like, oh, that's normal. You're not playing for the team anymore. But some people were like, no. This means something.
They did her dirty.
Yeah. And based on this post, she was
left heartbroken.
Heartbroken, hurt. You know, she had a home there. I think they just bought a new home there. Or at least Tobin just bought a new home there. You don't buy a home in somewhere you're not going to have as your future.
She could rent it out or something.
That's true. So I just think that she was so heartbroken, hurt, and it was kind of like, and I don't know if old Tobin would have made this post. You know, I don't know old Tobin in regards to do I think she would have, but I think from what we know of her in the last couple of years, I think she was just so hurt. And I think Christen helped in that journey to say, hey, be open, be brave, be honest, try to rebuild.
Well, I think the way that the world is changing, like people are just dropping like flies.
And
I have to say it, but people are dropping like flies.
You were reevaluating
in 2020.
You either have to say something, or if you don't, you're going to regret it. And so if you don't say it, it's like you have to say it. If you don't say it, you know what I mean? I agree with
like, why not? What do we have to lose? We could all die tomorrow. You know, it's like
you don't have regrets. I'm upset I didn't say that. You know.
Yeah.
But when she made that post, it was kind of, so I think we see exactly where she was coming from, because a lot of people are saying even her and Christen could not have played at the Thorns together. What a lot of people speculated is Tobin wanted to stay in the Thorns, and at some point Christen did want to play for Angel City, which works out because if they're both on the West Coast, that's a quick plane ride between LA to Portland. It's a very quick plane ride. So you think, well, they're right there. They're close. I don't think people thought necessarily that they necessarily both wanted to play for LA, but I think now they think they do because they don't necessarily want to see long-term in Louisville. But I think they thought Tobin was going to make a future in Thorns. You know, after she retired, maybe even had a career after that with the Thorns organization. At this point, it does not look like that will happen at all because she's so hurt. So, I mean, that was very interesting. So we know exactly she's hurt. She's heartbroken. And, you know, and I can see why, you know, but it's professional sports, you know, if that happens in sports, it's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking.
I know. It's like you almost can't take it personal.
Yeah.
But it's like, how else can you take it?
And like we've said, a lot of people from the UK say this is not the way it happens in the UK. The UK sporting way the trades happen, it just does not happen the way United States does them. And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is it American thing? I don't know. I think American sports are popular, and I think they're the most popular sports on the planet between football,
but they
basketball,
do people dirty a lot.
Baseball, but they do exactly. So, what did you guys think about that that post about Portland? So, the other part of the post people I think were kind of interested about was the part where Tobin made the statement,
"My dear,"
and then an up emoji, a pointing up,
pointy finger up.
So, my dear,
yeah.
Some people think they are thinking that says "my dear Lord" or "my dear God."
Yeah. Or if that's the case, wouldn't you put the amen hands?
And that's the thing.
Pray foldy hands.
And then some people think it means "my dear one," meaning you're my one, you're my person, you're my one.
Who speaks like that, though?
People in code.
Okay.
They're like, they want to say it, but they don't want to say it, but they want to say it. Tobin in the past has said she's very religious, she's very Christian, which...
But if that's the case, then why not just name God?
And that's what people say. People say people who are very religious don't use symbols for God either. So they think if
I haven't heard that one.
You haven't, and I don't know either. I mean, I know people who are very Christian who would use a symbol if they felt like it meant the same, you know. But people think that it is either Christen, my dear one, because if you remember when Tobin plays games and she scores or she's doing something, she always points up, looking at the sky, like pointing up.
Maybe it's grandma. Did her grandma die?
Yeah, it could be like a lost family member or something. Yeah. So people say when you point up, you know, because I'll put a picture on the screen. When they point up, they're pointing up.
You know what it is?
What?
Angels in the outfield. She's got angels in the outfield.
Hey,
in the field. Angels in the pitch.
Oh, angels on the pitch.
I'm writing that movie, okay? It's going to be a ripoff of Angels in the Outfield.
They need more soccer movies. They only have Bend It Like Beckham. Okay, so, I mean, do I think it's referring to Christen? I think 50-50. To be honest, I think 50-50. I think maybe there was my dear. Who says my dear pointing up, like my dear Lord? I could see that.
Maybe she shot a deer and she just spelled it wrong. And she tried to put the other deer emoji.
You never know. You never know.
Watch me be right, people.
What do you guys?
Right.
What do you guys think down below? Because is Sara right?
Definitely not.
I think it's 50-50.
I wonder people speaking code.
Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, so what do you guys think? So I thought those were two very interesting things. Tobin putting that. I've never seen her be that emotive about something. She was hurt. You can tell. And I think, like you said, she's just saying, hey, I'm going to say it. There's going to be nothing. If I don't say it, I might regret it more than if I do say it, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like whether or not people agree with what she's saying or what she's not saying. Thorns didn't have any allegiance to her, and so she wants to say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. She didn't say anything bad. She didn't say that they're a horrible organization. She didn't say that they are scum.
It's just addressing the elephant in the room.
Yeah,
because she's never addressed it.
Yeah, exactly.
She never said anything about it.
And for the Thorns fans to be like, oh, our Tobin's gone and she hasn't said anything about it. I think Thorns fans were really kind of like, wait, is she going to say anything? So now the Thorns fans really know where she stands. Mm-hmm. The fact that she wasn't happy. So that's kind of where the Thorns fan have a bit more of closure about it as well. Yeah. Will the Thorns fans be happy? Will they continue to buy season's tickets and say, hey, you did Tobin dirty, the person who built your organization? Will they still be buying season tickets?
Yo, what if their ticket sales drop down low?
Yeah, exactly.
And they go, maybe we shouldn't get rid of Tobin.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, you mucked that one up, y'all.
So what did you guys think about that? Questions, comments down below.
What do you think about Christen's post? Some really meaningful stuff there.
Yeah. What did you think about Tobin? That post was so emotional, and it's not like Tobin to emote that much. What did you think? Also, did you think that my dear one with the point emoji pointing up, was that Christen, or was that something else, or was it God or Jesus? Let us know. What do you guys think? Questions, comments down below. Thank you again. Happy 2021. We're excited for the new year. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.